Guys, Craig here. Fergie Time. Today, fun episode 11. I'm talking with Angie from Thor's Lightning Adventure. They're a local company here in Colorado, up in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, and they're just a bunch of cool guys. It was formed by a couple former cops who just got tired of waiting to air down, so they started their own company, and it's cool to see them evolve to where they're at now, and they're just doing a massive thing. So take a listen. Angie's got a lot of great stuff, and she has a great Jeep too, so definitely check that out. So thanks, guys. Hope you like it. Guys, hey, Craig here. Fergie Time. This is episode 11, and I have Angie with Thor's.
We are Thor's Lightning Adventure Gear, because
Thor's
not only do we sell
Adventure
air compressors, but we sell portable 4-tire systems. We sell tool roll-up bags. We also have, everything that you can have into your vehicle to be able to air up and air down and go off-road.
And she's also a awesome off-roader with Purple Haze. I'll throw her link down there. She's doing awesome stuff. But yeah, so you're the Vice President of Customer Experience at Thor's. What is that? What's a typical day for you?
So my job, what I do is I answer the phone. I am the first line of support to be able to help out customers with any of their questions. So I'm on the phones. It's usually back to back. I had to go into do not disturb, and so I'll help folks. Like, I've already got a voicemail message. Like, I see it. It's lit up. So
nice.
After this interview, what I'll do is I'll go back on the phones and start calling people back, just making sure they have what they need, or if they have any technical questions. It's a pretty awesome job because I get to talk to people on the phone from all over the country, and they're usually on their way to a wheeling event, and then they're picking up like an air compressor or an air system so they can go off-road. And some of them have never been off-road, and then some of them have like whole power tank systems. And we're a partner with Power Tank, so Steve and Tyler from Power Tank, we work with them, and we also sell their equipment as well. And it works, it's all compatible with our 4-tire system. Think about like technical questions, because it's an air compressor, so it has a lot of different product specifications, and people want to know what's the CFM, what's the horsepower, is it going to fill up my air tanks, is it going to work with my air actuated mods like air lockers and sway lock systems. And then they have warranty claims. We have a 5-year warranty, so there's always a lot of questions about how that warranty works. And then troubleshooting, so it's like they get the system. It could be something as silly as they didn't know that they have to hook up the alligator clips. Yeah, and they turn it on, they're like, hey, it's not working. So we also have a storefront, Craig. I didn't know if you knew that. So Thor's Lightning, we have a storefront, and in the store we have demonstration items there. So we have like mounted air compressors. All of the stuff that we carry online is available in our store. We also do test fitting of the mount. So we have like those Molly style mounts, and the compressors like sit right inside of it, and then they want to have it test fit in their Jeep. Let's say they have like a soft top, like the Sky Top soft top. It's like a one touch, and that is specific for a certain side and a certain area of the vehicle, and we just need to show them like how it'll fit and how it'll work. We have multiple channels of having like customer service out there. So I have emails, voicemails, text, live chat, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon messages, and reviews. I have to look at every single one of those and respond back to them, because maybe it's a customer service issue. And then also my own personal stuff, like people will hit me up and say, hey, Angie, can you help me out with this? And I'll say, can you please, call the, service number, and that way it gets tracked, number one, because I need to see like how many phone calls are we receiving, and we receive a lot. So, and I help out with website updates. So let's say somebody sees something online and the picture's not coming up, like the little file doesn't load and they can't see like what color is that blue. We work on continuous improvement for different processes that we have in our warehouse. I track the quality. Let's say there's a trend. Let's say I notice that people are calling and they're saying that this is, something's happening. I'll identify what it is in that product and then go find it, and then we'll either pull it or we'll replace it or do something with it. And that way it doesn't keep happening. And then I also assist with the dealer network, the wholesalers. There's affiliates and brand ambassadors just like yourself.
Thor started with Elias and Derek. They're former cops, right?
Yeah.
And I saw on their website about them, I guess they went wheeling and it was so slow to air up or something. They just decided to make something new. Is that the deal? Or
that is. So they're both former police officers. compressors. Elias was a motorcycle officer, hitting the trail, taking about, half hour or longer to air down, air up. Derek was even telling me that he avoided airing down because, he just wanted to hit the trail, and he noticed that the ride was horrible. So then he started airing down, and he recognized that there's like a lot of, there's like limited options out there for air compressors. And so they decided to build an air compressor with the best quality and the highest reliability, and then offer it at an attainable price point. So that was the 3 founding principles of what's making this company so great.
There's a lot of different compressors, right? A lot of different 4-line systems out there. So what's different about Thor's?
We can start with the 4-tire air system. So that's one of our best sellers. The hose itself right now, that's like one of the things that sets us apart. It's made out of PVC and rubber. So it's a combination hybrid hose that works in both cold and warm environments and at higher elevation. And it handles CO2, like compressed air, like power tank air, handles it very well. So that's one of the things that sets us apart. The other thing with the hoses is the crimps. We have everything crimped and Loctite. So we add both. And that way it gives it a stronger seal. It handles, anything that you can throw at it. We do our own engineering here. I don't know if you knew that. So we have an in-house engineer that does research and development based on customer feedback. There's just a lot to it that I think a lot of people don't know. We are the first ones to engineer that total control where you set the PSI on the actual air compressor. We were the first ones to develop that.
What do you air down to typically?
It really depends where I am. Now that I've been traveling the country and wheeling at different spots, it's just different. So East Coast wheeling, I'm going down to like 11 or 12. A lot of mud. Think of like wind rock and the mud and the dirt. Here, because of a lot of our rocks here in Colorado have a lot of quartz in them, so they're really slippery, I'll go down to about 8. I'm running beadlock, so it really doesn't matter. And then, sometimes a little bit higher. When I go to Moab, right around 12, 13 is fine, because that rock is very porous and sticky. It's like lava rocks, and you can climb right up anything.
So when you go out east, do you trailer your Jeep out there?
I drive it. So my Jeep, I drove last year to Jeep Invasion, so Tennessee. I like driving, and I like driving by myself. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like I get to pick the radio, whatever I want to listen to, and then, it's time to go to the bathroom. Do I have to ask anyone? No.
I know Thor's is a small business. Like, how many people are actually on staff?
We've got Marvin works in the warehouse. Connor is full-time. He's our engineer. Weston is our VP of operations.
So you were a Jeeper before you worked at Thor's, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're in the industry, like, how do you balance your own personal wheeling with, I'm on the clock for Thor's, if I'm at this event wheeling or whatever?
You see this thing?
Trapper Keeper, old school. I like it.
So when I go to events, because I handle service, right? So it's like people will come up to the booth and they'll have questions, and sometimes I'll help out at events and answer questions and, help out with whatever I can. But I keep that with me so I can take notes, and maybe somebody needs like a replacement chuck that's like not working for them, or it got dust in it or dirt. Working with Derek and Elias, they allow me to go to some of these events where I'm either, on the trail and wheeling and helping lead a trail. So I could do that.
So how did your journey into off-roading spark?
I grew up in Michigan, and lots of wooded, muddy trails. I'm from the Upper Peninsula, and then we would go wheeling like all over the place. So there's the sand dunes, so you've got sand, you got mud, you got rocks, all kinds of stuff. And one of my first Jeeps was a CJ. Love that Jeep. Purple Haze is actually my 4th Jeep. But I really got into wheeling when I was a kid. I used to ride motorcycles. Riding motorcycles, you're in the dirt, you're doing whoop-dees and jumps and berms and, a lot of fun stuff. I wanted to go into motocross, but it was just not at the time, because my age and stuff, it just wasn't, available for girls at that time.
So Purple Haze is a freaking beast. I love that Jeep. So what's some of the like cooler modifications you've done, or anything you're like, man, check out this blah blah blah?
My favorite, like new mods and stuff that I've gotten: RPM steering. I've got 2.5 ton that fits on my Curry tons, and it's so nice. It just, I don't know, feels great. I have not used it on a trail.
When did you go to tons?
2020. It's been 4 years since I've been on tons. So I would save my bonuses, and I would create like a list of mods of all the things that I wanted to have, like a wish list, and prioritize them. and then save up every year and then do another one. So I saved up enough for my bonuses from 4 years to buy my tons. So my Jeep, we'd go out to Pritchett, and we were like, oh, okay, we'll go do Pritchett, right? We're going to go do these trails. And I'd have to winch like all the time on all these obstacles. And I was like so sick of it. I'm like, I need to not winch up this stuff. I'm like, what am I going to do? So it's like, at that time, I'm like, they're like, you need to go to tons and 40s and then you'll be able to do it. And I'm like, okay. So I just researched what, were the best axles at that time and, what would, suit the purpose of what I do here in Colorado, right? I built it for Colorado trails and Moab trails. And, like Utah, you've got, all kinds of trails all over the place. Vernal, Moab, Sand Hollow. So yeah, and I like doing extreme kind of rock crawling stuff. So down by you, we've got Penrose. So Penrose Trail System is where I did my shakedown. That was my shakedown run when I ran Patriot. You're going to laugh, but that day I had no idea that it was like a level 10 trail. I didn't. And we're waiting and, we're airing down and a lady comes up to me and she's got her son and she's like, my grandpa's buggy can't fit the car seat. Can I put my son and can we ride in your Jeep with you? And I said, sure, why not? No problem. So I ran Penrose with a little toddler that was like maybe 2 years old, not even 2 yet, in my Jeep, car seat, and the mom. And then when I said it was getting a little hairy and a little dangerous, like A-hole has that V-notch, I said, can you please go, outside, so in case I flip or something, can you do that? Yeah. So I ran that with a baby on board.
So you were telling me about, I think it was Moab, where you met the guy that does the four-wheeler show.
Oh, Ian from Big Tire Garage?
Tell me about that one.
That run was really interesting. Mike Randall, one of my buddies, Trail Finder, we shared a house. So we all rented a house. And Mike had told me that they're going to run Pritchett. And I'm like, I want to go back to Pritchett and Redemption, right? Because last time I had to winch up some stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, right? So I want to go, do this as my redemption run. That morning, we wanted to get to the trail super early because we wanted to beat all the other groups. So we met up at I think it was we had a 6 a.m. start. Aqua Jeep girl, Julie and Matt, Aqua Jeep guy, Josie, her Royal, Stretch It JK, and some really, great people. Aaron had organized the trail there. So we started staging and we're meeting up on the trailhead and then we started going and then we got up to I think it was Rocker Knocker and then we noticed that there was a group behind us. That group behind us was Light Bright, Mr. Carnage, Will, Flex Rocks Rollovers, which is Marvin, Ian from Big Tire Garage, and some other, I'm like, wow, they're right behind us. And I was the second to last person. So we're going through the trail and we're going up everything, it just takes time. It's Pritchett Canyon, right? So it's like an all-day ordeal, right? To get through this trail is awesome. We get up to one of the obstacles and it was Son of Rock Pile. And Ian goes up and he wants to move us out of there so he can get his group to go. So he helped with spotting. So he's up at the, Son of Rock Pile. He's spotting and he's like, you go here, whoosh. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. I tried. And we were only given one attempt because he wanted to get everybody up there. So I only had one try, whereas, you see the videos, it's it takes a couple of tries to get up Son of Rock Pile, right? And I didn't want to winch, I'm like, I really want a second shot at this, but I didn't want to, I'm nervous as
push it.
Heck anyways, because, it's Ian from Big Tire Garage. So I'm just like, okay, pull rope.
So obviously you're way advanced with off-roading. What's some of the essential advice, I guess, you'd give to people when they're getting started? And obviously it's safety and all that, but just basic, this is what you need to do.
A couple of things, like you said with safety, I'm a big proponent of that. I was part of the Colorado 4x4 Girls Club. I'm still a part of the 4x4 Girls Club, just not as active as I want to be because it's so busy with work and everything. One of the things that they always say is, being prepared, making sure that you have tools, fluids, recovery gear, water, essentials. Let's say something happens, right? And you're stranded somewhere. Just make sure that you've got something for food. So it's I carry, I always carry snacks in my Jeep. I got a little snackle box back there, but I carry my brake fluid, diff fluid, oil, all kinds of stuff, and then all my tools, and then sometimes, I had an axle shaft, just in case, and then I'm trying to think of what else, but I would say, just understand where you are and where you're going, what the climate is going to be like that day, and the weather, right? All those factors, and then the group that you're going with, just make sure that you have some folks that are experienced wheelers and they're ready to take on that trail that you're going on, right? They have the equipment to be able to get up and through some of these obstacles, or they know how to use their winch, that kind of thing. So training on all the equipment that you have on your Jeep, I think that's essential, because a lot of people go out and they're like, they've never used their air compressor, they've never used their winch, they've never used, so train yourself ahead of time on how to do these things. So another thing that I see, like a lot of videos, and people are going, like this, and they stop, or they're, like their foot's on the gas, they kind of let off, because it's kind of like you're going over rocky terrain, right? So kind of like you let off the gas and it looks really, really bumpy, or they're slow and they stop. Well, one of the best things I ever learned was keeping my foot, my driving, like my right foot on the gas pedal braced up against the side. So when I go onto the gas, it's kind of like braced, and that way when I'm going through rocky terrain, it's going to stay, and it stays on there, and it's not like letting off the gas and being all jumpy. I don't know. I guess it might be also because I'm short. I have a dead pedal. So a dead pedal is like one of my favorite things. It's all the way on the left-hand side, and so I put my left foot on it so I can stand up and I can get a little bit more clearance to be able to see. And then I use that, and I'll stick my head out the window so I can see. Another thing, I need half doors. I'm little, so it's like I can't see as much as I want to see where my tire placement is. So I'm usually hanging my head out the window. So I think, having that dead pedal, bracing my foot, putting, getting my head, getting up there a little bit more and having a better view, is definitely going to help people.
Obviously, you've done a lot. You've gone to Jeep Beach, you've gone to Windrock, you've gone to Moab. Is there anything on the bucket list?
Yeah, so Disney, Oklahoma is like, I need to go there. That looks like it's a very challenging trail. Another one is Wolf Caves in Texas. So the end of the year, I'll be going to Yee Jeeps is having like a big event in December. So after Trail Hero, I'm going to be going to that. I'm really excited to be able to meet Reggie, Obsessed Jeep Girl. Yeah, she'll be at that with the Yee Jeep people. So I'm excited to meet everybody because they
that's cool.
Yeah, they know how to send it.
You mentioned before a little teaser about some of the things Thor's going to come out with.
Yeah, so we have multiple accessories for our air systems, based on listening to our customers. We fabricate molly mounts that are made out of U.S. steel. They're powder coated, so we're coming out with different variations for different vehicles. So that's first off, and that way they have them mounted in their off-road rigs. It keeps it in place. So think about like when you wheel, everything shifts, right? It's like you're going over stuff, you're getting vertical, you want to make sure that air compressor is mounted in really good. We create all these products and everybody follows us. We're, like the quick disconnect kit, so you can have your air compressor like hardwired into your Jeep. That's a really cool innovation. It's a great product. Dust covers, we added dust covers to all of our air systems so it keeps the chucks without getting dirty so you can keep using them. Digital air gun. We include a digital air gun so you can control the air that's going into your tires. So our air vault is that air compressor that comes in a case. And so we have our Air Vault, the second edition.
I saw that.
Yeah, the second edition is going to be coming out in about a month. We have a Total Control Thor's Hammer manifold that's going to be coming out too. That comes out in August. We're going to have a first annual Thor's Lightning Run here in Colorado. We're thinking about the weekend of 4th of July and running a trail called Slaughterhouse. Cool.
Anything about Duke becoming the Thor's mascot?
I showed, this is so funny. So I showed Derek and Elias. I go, look, I'm like, they even have a hashtag, I'm like, Duke for mascot, it's so cool. I will try and see if we can get Duke to be the Thor's mascot. We'll see what we.
So what are some of the most popular products at Thor's Lightning, and why do you think they resonate so well with?
Best sellers are going to be our air compressors and our air systems, and they resonate so well with customers because of the quality and because we include accessories. We have like a digital air gun and an auto shutoff valve when you let off the trigger, and then we have customer service. We have an actual person that answers the phones. That would be me. And we have a 5-year warranty, and we work on continuous improvement. It's just the way that we think about things. We support law enforcement, and we sponsor a lot of events, and we also provide a lot of donations to different causes that are around. So there's all kinds of events that are around the country that, we think of, just Colorado, and we have like Go Topless as an event. Well, there's all these events like Jeep Branson, and I have a spreadsheet, Craig, honestly, of all the different events that Thor's Lightning gives donations to, and then they, have to fill out forms for us and just make sure that it's, for like tax purposes and that they are a charitable organization organization like 3C and all of that. So we track all of those and we donate a lot to all these different events because they're for good causes. We're very big on trail access. We send trail reminders and stay the trail and trail tips to protect our trail access. So we provide these in like all of our orders and tell people about the Blue Ribbon Coalition, CORE, Tread Lightly, and Stay the Trail. Stay the Trail is the one that I was trying to remember. So it, just tells people, what they should and should not do when they're on a trail.
Rapid fire questions. Just first thing comes to mind. Don't worry about it. Some are silly. Some are about wheeling. Favorite off-roading vehicle besides your Jeep?
Besides my Jeep, Gladiator. I want to try the wheelbase on a Gladiator or an LJ, something that has like a longer wheelbase. I definitely want to try those out. Eventually, I need a moon buggy with portals and rear steer. I want to go up all these crazy things. I want to try these notches that I see. And I see all these people at, Trail Hero and, all the buggies that I wheel with. And they just, like mine's a Jeep and it drives on the road, and it's my daily. I need a moon buggy so I can do the stuff that I want to do. So that's the ultimate goal. So I'm saving up for a moon buggy.
Best off-roading snack?
Fruit roll-ups. I like those. They have, it's called That's It. I think of it as, I call it a fruit roll-up because of how old we are, right? But it's called That's It, and it's like blueberries and strawberries, and it's like a fruit bar. I like those a lot.
Most challenging terrain?
I'm going to have to say I've heard a lot about Arizona, right? And they have even slicker rocks than we have here in Colorado. So eventually I want to try some stuff that's in Arizona and New Mexico because I've seen a lot of the canyons that they have and they are crazy. You ever watch like Flex Rocks Rollovers? So Marvin has his own channel and it's on YouTube and it's called Flex Rocks Rollovers and they'll do the craziest trails that there are here in the US. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to do. I want to do the canyons that are boulders that are bigger than your Jeep, right? And then the ones that you have to have like 2 tires, you have to make it, then one slips, I want to do that stuff. I know it's crazy.
Favorite time of the day to go off-road?
I like the nighttime. I'm a night owl. I'm not a morning person. I love sleeping in. Sleep is like one of my favorite things. If I could sleep until 10 every day, I would love it. I'm afraid of heights. So I don't know, a lot of people who wheel, they're not afraid of heights because we go up on all this crazy stuff, right? You're on shelf roads and everything. So if I'm driving and I'm in control, I'm fine. Night wheeling, you can't see. You can't see down like Cliffhanger. I love Cliffhanger. I only run it at night. It's the best because you're not worried about that cliff edge going down.
If you could only take 3 pieces of gear from Thor's Lightning on your next adventure, what would they be?
Number 1, my air compressor. Obviously, need that to be able to air up my tires after I'm going off-road. Second thing is the 4-tire air system. It's so nice to have. Like, I'm telling you, it was a game changer, being able to air down all 4 tires, and it equalizes the pressure. Because, like in Jeeps, it has that little screen, and it'll show you, like, blinking, all the different air pressures, like the TPM sensors go off and you'll see all 4 of them and you'll see the air pressure for all 4 of them. And if they're not matching, I'm so OCD, I'm like, I gotta fix it. So I'll go in and I hook up my 4-tire air system, open it up the ball valve, let out the air, watch it, get down to that PSI that I need, and all 4 are the same. Would have to be the new tool roll-up bag. So I still need to do this. I just got my own tool roll-up bag. So I need to go through, I've got like an organizer in the back of my Jeep. So I took out my back seat, Craig. So I don't have a back seat in my Jeep. Got a spare 40 on what's called a gatekeeper. It's a mount that holds your spare tire and it's fastback style. So it puts the weight distribution over the rear axle. And it's a requirement for some of the Jeep runs that I do with Epic 4x4 Quest. They make it mandatory that you carry it. So I could lose a lot of weight if I took that out and I get my tailgate back, but I really like having it. And then when I also have a roll cage that I need to put into my Jeep. Like you asked about, like modifications you've made. That roll cage, I got to get that roll cage in because right now I just have like stock. And so you see some of the stuff that I do, it's a little sketch.
What's a pizza topping that most people hate but you secretly love?
I like mushrooms.
If you were a sitcom character, what would be your catchphrase?
Dough, like from The Simpsons. Dough. Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. Yeah.
If your life had a theme song, what song would it be? Sure.
So, you got the Jimi Hendrix song, Purple Haze. I like that, but my Jeep, actually, I like Her Strut. Her Strut is a Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band song. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an oldie but a goodie. So it's when to hype myself up when I get on a trail, yeah, I'll play Her Strut.
Cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate you hanging out with me.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Yeah, no, I thank you for having me on your show. I'm honored.
All right, guys, thanks for listening. That was pretty awesome. Angie is crazy wheeler. It's so awesome to see the crazy things that she's doing, and if she gets a moon buggy, that would be just awesome to see. So hopefully you got something from that. Definitely check out Thor's Lightning. Use code Fergie for a discount, and I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks, guys.